the bus we're taking to La Paz. Hey Mom, turn around here. So everybody takes a look, say hello. Say hello. See, we're going to La Paz in this luxury liner. It's got bed sleepers in it. We came down to see a friend, a lifelong friend of my mom's, who she grew up with, and she doesn't live here anymore. I think she's old and she's probably gone to live with her sister, so this is where she used to live, and there's a house back there somewhere. This is the hospital where my mother was born. And where my grandfather died of peritonitis back in the 1940s. This is the sanatorium, as it was called when Yolanda was born. She was born in this building in La Paz. It's been converted now, it's been sold, and it looks like there's a little shop in it. I'm not really sure exactly what else.
No hay timbre. No hay timbre,
golpea la puerta nomás. En la puerta, mami, ¿ve? No, en la puerta esa. Mira, ahí. No, mira para acá. En la puerta, ¿ves cómo dice Barolina ahí?
Yeah. Pero no hay timbre.
Ah.
Esto es de la luz, parece, ¿ves?
Sería timbre, debe ser que no está tocando. No debe estar, porque si no hubiera... Hola.
Hola, tío.
¿Está Fita?
No.
¿Y Claudia?
Tampoco.
¿Tampoco ninguno de los dos?
Ninguno de los dos en el
Decir que pasó Elma para verlo.
Bueno.
Ok.
No.
No. Volvemos otro tiempo. Está bien.
Bueno, pero ella vive.
Entonces, eso es lo que estoy preparando ahora. Voy a sacarlo. Terminar este rollo.
Vino con máquina y se va sin máquina.
La Silvia la quiere la máquina, se la voy a dejar.
Bueno. Aquí estamos hasta con las máquinas. Ya que ellos no tienen máquinas de aquí.
Pero pasan autos acá, ¿eh?
Okay, we're on the road to Sarandí, which is my grandfather's old land. We wanted to go see it because this is the house where Yolanda lived when she was first born. It's been sold recently. This is the way. It's all ranch land on this side. This is, we're coming to a gate now. We have to open up a gate. We'll be going through a series of gates as we get to this place here, which is the old place where my mother and my aunt and Nestor, Ella and Nestor and my mother grew up. Okay, so we're through the gate and we're in somebody's land now.
Yeah.
You can see there's cattle on the way, right by the side of the path here, which in rainy weather we really can't get through.
Tan gorditos, che. Tan lindas las cosas.
We were just on this road. We went through a big place called Estancia de Santa Ynez, which I think has at least 5,000 or 10,000 hectares, which is 10 to 20,000 acres. And this is the entrance to the old ranch that my grandfather started a lot of years ago. I'd like to say 75 or 80 years ago. You can see we have to open up the gates every time we have to come through. And now I'm going to close it off so the cattle don't get through.
¿Quién está ese auto ahí?
So anyway, this is the land. We just got in through that gate. This is the house where my mother lived for the first 8 to 10 years of her life, and where Yolanda lived for the first few months of her life when she was born. She was born in a hospital and sanatorium in La Paz, and then came here when she was a few weeks old. This is the old ranch. There's a nice horse there. See, obviously somebody's been working the land. This has recently been sold. It belonged to my aunt, and my aunt died, and it was sold so they could give it away to everybody. Oh, this is my cousin. Maybe not. Anyway, this is the worker that works the land here. He was working for my cousin for 5 years. I was here 5 years ago. I was here with his family. They were little babies. They were riding horseback. His name is Aldo.
Nosotros estamos casados, entonces llevamos el apellido de la esposa.
El agregado.
El agregado, sí. Dígame, quiero saber una cosa. ¿Este es el comedor nuestro y esta es la cocina también? No.
Acá está. El comedor de
Donde
ustedes.
hacíamos el pan en aquellos tiempos ñaupa.
Aquí falta un cuerpo de casa.
There used to be a big kitchen right over here.
¿Esta es la casa originaria?
Sí.
La hija
El campo
mayor,
original era del abuelo.
mi hija mayor que no está acá.
¿De dónde hay una casa? Acá hay una...
¿Me permite sacar la foto adentro? Sí. Por favor. Muchas gracias.
En La Paz. Y a los otros
This is the kitchen.
yo vine acá con la bebé.
Acá vivimos nosotros. Y cuando yo tenía 5 años, mi abuela
We have a fireplace there to keep it warm. As you can see, it's very dark. But they actually have a TV set, so they must have an antenna and a battery. Oh, it is. TV set's hooked up to the battery, see?
el que tiene arriba.
Ah, ese, de Ñanduay.
¿Qué clase de madera?
Ñanduay.
Ñandubay.
Esta madera más fuerte.
Y esa es la puerta que vendía para la cocina.
Ajá. Y aquel era el
¿Eso
dormitorio
estaba?
de mamá.
Sí.
Yo tengo una
Mira, no
foto.
habrá sido es el dormitorio de tu mamá.
Tal vez a lo último. Pero
Ah,
viste.
no tenés razón, de aquella no.
Y de acá. ¿Viste aquella puerta?
They're all excited because they're talking about the land. They're explaining how it was when they were little.
Una vez que vine con vos y vino Aurora,
That's my aunt
tengo
and
la
mom.
foto y me mandaste. Y la agrandamos.
Pero Elma, te estoy diciendo, él tiene que hacer actual thing. Es el dueño, ¿no?
This is an oven where they cook and they make bread. And they're cooking outside here because it's so hot out. See, this is the windmill that pumps water out of that well. It's been there for 75 years. They dug it down. He said brick all the way down. It goes probably down about 40, 50 feet. And then it pumps the water into this tank, and then it gravity feeds into the wash house here. Another house this used to be the house of my grandfather's brother, which is not too far from where they used to live. Behind this house is another house, and it now belongs to my mother's cousin. And so we're coming up to it. It's a big old house. It's been around for 60 some odd years. It's got like this porch that goes all the way around. So in the afternoons you pick the coolest or the warmest spot depending on what you need or what you want. And you sit down and there's a nice little breeze blowing. You see they have a real nice garden. Palm trees everywhere. An olive tree back there. Goes all the way around. An old brick patio which he should have repaired a long time ago but hasn't done. So this is actually Darlene's parents' house. My cousin Darlene who lives in Riverhead. About 5 minutes from my house. And I'm coming into the house. This is their living area. My mother and aunt are already here.
Tengo que avisar a mi abuela que encontré 3 huevos.
Encontraste 3 huevos? And if you see further down out here, all the way out there, there's another house far away. That was my grandfather's house. And my mother grew up from the time she was, I guess, 14 or 15, right up until she got married at 21. All the way down there. We're going to go down and see that later. Hopefully I can get into that house. It's owned by somebody else now.
nuestro, pero es de ellos también, porque tienen el corazón también un poco acá. Entonces,
This is the house where my mother and my aunt lived for the first 13 or 14 years of their lives. They were born in the other place, and then they moved over here, where they built this house, and it's now owned by this man, a guy named Pedro. And he's going to let us come in and take some pictures. He's actually by marriage, some kind of a relative, but I'm not sure, a distant cousin probably. He runs a little mechanic. He's a mechanic, so he fixes things here for the most part. And then they live in that house, which we're going to get inside and take pictures of pretty soon. Gracias. This is the old garden where they grew up when they were little. Everybody's got big old palm trees. She's remembering a picture which they took of her cousin's wedding right over there. ¿Viste que estoy hablando inglés? Porque soy de Norteamérica yo.
Hola, ¿cómo te va? No sé cómo te llamas. Adrián. Adrián. ¿Cómo estás?
That's one of his children.
Bien.
Beautiful old house. Falling apart. They're fixing it little by little. They don't have a lot of money. They're keeping their garden and keep adding to it. This has been our ritual at 6:30 in the morning. We get up and we drink mate, chat about the day and exactly what we're going to do every day.
No, después vamos. Y a veces acosté, güey. Digo, no te mueves. Yo me cuesta para mí, no para romper sábanas. Y ella la sábana de ella era un turchón, mira.
Okay, we're visiting another cousin of theirs. Cousin by marriage. I married one of my mother's cousins many years ago. And she's left.
Son los tres. No, ¿cuántos tú?
Yo no te digo quién soy. Decime vos.
Sí, vos sabés, yo sé quién sos vos.
¿Quién soy? Decime.
Son los tres hermanos.
Mira que
Mi hijo.
me ven viejo, ¿eh? Viejo me ven. Now, when I was 18, I came here and I spent a week at this house. I have a couple of cousins that lived here that were her boys. That was back in 1970. Yeah, except for the trees being bigger, I don't think the house looks like it's changed at all. Hola, tío, ¿cómo te va?
Hola.
This is another cousin's house. His name is Rubio, which means blonde, Quillas. And this is my cousin who met us at the airport here. I had brought her some money so they could buy him a house in La Paz. So we're visiting. This is his second wife. He was married to her mother, his first wife, who died of breast cancer. It was my mother's cousin. My mother had grown up with her. And I remember when they came to visit us in Buenos Aires when I was a little kid. They had treatment. Okay, we just got here. I'm at my cousin's house in Estacas. This is the guy that when I was 18 years old, we hung around. We were like really good pals. He's since gotten married and has this piece of land here. And we're having a big barbecue with a lot of my cousins today. This party's more or less for me, not for my mother and my aunt. It was set. And this is the house he lives in over here. And his son got married a few years ago. And he built a house over there, so they all live here right now. So now I'm going to work my way over to them. They've already gone inside. I was trying to get the camera away. When I was a young boy, I used to drive that tractor. When I was 18 years old, we drove that tractor. It was brand new back then. They're still using it. That Fiat. So they decided they were going to make a barbecue in a specific way where they cook the cow inside a skin. That's what they said, so we're going to go take a look at it right now. ¿Ese es el asado en cuero? Yeah.
¿Está abajo ya?
They actually cook the cow underneath that sheet and they cook it from both sides.
Y él se lo va a llevar hasta Norteamérica.
En inglés. I'll get a little closer, see they make a fire. And then they've made this little stand here. And they have heat on top with the meat in the middle, and the heat on the bottom, so they're cooking it from both sides. You can see that the calf has actually been cut in half, and they're cooking it through the skin on the other side. Anyway, that's Carlitos. This is his house. He's my cousin. I hung around a lot with him when I came down here in 1970. And they're looking at the plants with the flowers. This is where we're going. Oh, you see under the barn here. They're setting up the tables because there's a lot of people coming. Now they're testing it out, see if it's done. They only like the meat well done, yeah, say. I think that's not done enough. Everybody's getting ready to eat. They're getting ready to take the meat off, and everybody's sitting down at the table. Everybody brought their own plates and their own knives and forks. Feed everybody. I think he rented the chairs from the school, I guess. Put a bunch of boards out. Le enseñaste todo, ¿eh?
No, yo insisto, yo estoy en esto.
Wine, see, the old people were all sitting at one table. The rest of the family and the young people are sitting over there.
Después, con este se ponga, ahí está la tía. ¿La querés agrandar? Sí, está bueno. Y si no, más. No, eso me tenía que enseñar yo. Ayudarnos junto a plata, ¿sabes?
Well, it's Sunday morning, and we just went to church, and we're coming out to my uncle's land, his estancia, and this is the house that he had bought this 30 years ago. I remember when he was looking at it when I was here when I was 18, and he ended up buying. And they used to live out here in the country in this rather magnificent, although a little bit run down now, it was a magnificent house, especially for that time. It's got a couple of kitchens, several bathrooms. It's a pretty big house. So we're going to spend Sunday afternoon here. I'm going to make an asado. I think they killed a lamb either this morning or yesterday, and we're going to have it for lunch. Como carne y chorizo. Yep, that's the whole thing. And they started the barbecue. It's a slow fire. They keep pulling fire.